Hello everybody, I hope you are staying well. Today's gift of poetry and music is my rendition of a true story from the past with wonderful musical accompaniment by my son Andrew, so thanks very much to him for that. I do hope you all enjoy it. The poem itself will be published in the premiere issue of the Stratford Quarterly, available online in October 2021. So keep an eye out for that. This piece is called Hannah's Lament and is for Hannah Horsley, my great-great-great-grandmother. Norwich was my home, looming large in East Anglia, a different church every Sunday for you and a different pub every night. Third city in England, they say, with our castle and cathedral. But the twisted, narrow back streets are what I knew, with the river cutting through like a jagged blade. I was born in the year of our Lord, 1816. Dad was a gardener for those with money. Mum's hands were full with all of us kids. Poor St. Benedict's our neighborhood, on the west side, just inside the old city wall, where everyone just tried to make their way, where the river wasn't far, always whispering a gentle siren call, but Mum kept us away. Oldest girl I was, and so Mum's helper, cleaning, cooking, looking out for the little ones, but I learned to read and write. Proud of that I am, was nobody's fool, and so when I caught Thomas Horsley's eye, a coppersmith like his father John, well, I knew a good thing, I thought. We married September 1837, the river just a sigh a few streets over. To Higham we moved, just outside the old wall, two madhouses nearby, as poor as St. Bees, yet near work and Thomas's folks, and what we could afford. But low-lying, damp and foggy the air, for the river, slinking here and there through swamp and marsh, was close. Our children started coming. I loved them all, but little Edward, oh, he was special, right until he fell ill and we lost him, just 3 years old. We are sorry, but God's will, they said. The others need you, they urged, young Harriet and little Tom. But I had trouble hearing through the pain and the crying of the river. Came 1846, Thomas's mum gave up the fight, all swollen and bedridden, and so John now alone. Money getting scarcer, the hungry 40s they called them, and they sure bit hard. Thomas, he kept at it when the work was there, but with one thing and another, the idea made sense. Move in with John, not far, nearer yet to the creeping flood. Another son, spitting image of our lost one, and so we named him Edward as well. But the river flowed on. Thomas lost his job, started over as a bricklayer's laborer, while I kept the children fed and clothed in the shadow of the beckoning waters. Like a thief in the night it came, September 1854. John took sick, the cholera they said. Terrible his suffering, his insides trying to get out. Nothing worked. He soon turned blue as the ocean, then was gone. 3 days later, and I'll never forget, I don't feel well, Mum, Edward moaned, and soon he was in bed listening to the river slip away. Typhus this time, they said, and soon he was burning up. Then the rash came, weaker by the hour, didn't know where he was or anything else. Thomas and I stayed round the clock, but nothing worked, and soon my second Edward, like the first, was gone and heard only the hymn of the river. We are so sorry, they said, but now young Harriet and little Tom still need you. Thomas, he tried to, and I listened, but in the still of the night I visited the river, and when the moon was right, a quarter full and growing, I could see my babies. We flowed onward a year and more, to the spring when my first Edward would have been 14, and the day when the second was 8. I went down. I could feel them there, but the moonlight was yet a tad weak. 11 more days, June 8th, waxing quarter moon, fine early summer's evening. I slipped away along the familiar path, and there they were, my Edwards, in the summoning water, and when the nightingale rested, I could hear them call, asking for Mum. All else, any thought of future, of my poor Thomas, or Harriet and Tom, faded into the gathering gloom, and I fell into the river's embrace, reaching out for my lost dear ones, borne down by the past in its struggles like an anchor. And when the moon is right and the air is quiet, if you can still find the spot and the river is willing, you just might see a mother and her sons locked in an eternal embrace. Thank you very much.